The Pythons may be skinned and beheaded, but the Patriots are up and running. Hulkamania might be no more, but Mr. American Mania is running wild. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, another Retro Smackdown review. We're in 2003, back when wrestling was great. And speaking of great, we have a great man tonight, but he doesn't go by the name of Hulk Hogan. No, he goes by the name of Mr. America. Mr. America making his long-awaited debut. His signature was fought for by Eric Bischoff, by Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon is the one that won in the end, but will this turn out to be a big L? Because I think it's safe to say that her daddy will not like Mr. America.
Vince McMahon will not like it. 1st of May 2003. We're in to the springtime, baby. And I don't have a spring in my step, but Hulk Hogan certainly's got one in his.
Yeah, I mean, the arms are springing out of the sockets, and McMahon might not like it, but we like it, and that's what matters, right? SmackDown opens. We see the footage of Big Show damn near killing Rey Mysterio at Backlash. We kick off with Los Guerreros versus Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. You've got Crash in there, who is like trying to graduate Mattitude, and it's just not cutting it for me, Crash Holly.
No, and he'll be dead soon enough, which is sad.
That is sad, but we get Los Guerreros picking up the win. Team Angle tried to come out, take back their titles that Los Guerreros stole at the pay-per-view. Didn't really work, so Los Guerreros win, and they're still in possession of the tag titles.
We want our titles back, Stephanie. That's what Benjamin and Haas plead next.
Yeah, we go to the backstage area in Mr. America. We just see his door, backstage, name tag on the door. And when you've got your own locker room with your own name tag, that's when you know you're a big deal.
Aye.
Though
they're on the same one.
I've never seen Shannon Moore on a locker room door, have you?
No.
Or Maven?
No, not a chance.
No. Or Johnny Gargano?
It's gonna be John.
You know, it's got to be somebody big. We do see Stephanie backstage though. She catches up with Team Angle. Josh Matthews was talking about Mr. America. Stephanie says she's not met him yet. Team Angle appear. They storm into the office. They demand that Los Guerreros return their title belts back to the rightful champion. Stephanie McMahon agrees, but she informs Team Angle that they will be defending those titles against Los Guerreros at Judgment Day in a ladder match, which I honestly don't recall ever watching. But I think a ladder match should be good. Belts hanging above the ring. We've seen these teams compete in singles action. We've seen these teams compete in tag team action. So it makes sense to take it to the next step, to have those belts hang above the ring. And you know what? Don't really recall Chavo or Charlie Haas. And I know Charlie Haas has been in ladder matches, but I mean, you feel like Guerrero and Benjamin are used to ladder matches.
Well, Guerrero's been on one, and at this point this is Benjamin's first. So I wouldn't say they're used to ladder matches.
No, I mean later on when you think of them, I just associate them with ladder matches. Now is Guerrero
more than the other two?
Has Guerrero only been in two then his entire career?
No, 3.
Rey Mysterio, so there you go, boom. Shelton Benjamin, lots of Money in the Bank matches, so he would be number one.
But at this point it's one. Juan Cornetto.
Alright, just one, but here, who cares if it's only one? As long as it's a good one. We then see more incidents from Ray and Big Show. And I mean, they're trying to put over the fact that Big Show has hurt Rey Mysterio badly here. Taz and Cole give us a little bit of an update on Rey Mysterio. They're saying that he's undergoing tests and stuff like this because he was used, like a baseball bat. So, I mean, it was a cool beatdown for the Big Show. I enjoyed it. We see Stephanie McMahon leaving Mr. America's locker room, and she's looking a little bit concerned. So yeah, what does that mean for Mr. America? We then get a Mr. America vignette. Mr. America coming to SmackDown tonight. We then get Funaki versus Big Show. I guess we're going to see Big Show beat up a bunch of small guys now because Rey Mysterio's not there. So Funaki gets squashed by Big Show. He hit a missile drop kick that didn't do anything. Show just clotheslines Funaki, picks up a win. I mean, there you go. I mean, just a generic Big Show match, and that was it really. We then see Stephanie in her office, and she gets informed that McMahon is on his way to the arena and she's not pleased about this. So Daddy's little girl not too happy that Daddy is coming to the arena. We then see A-Train congratulate Big Show on his match. Train believes what Show did to Ray Ray was great.
Some good shit, pal.
A-Train, he seems to be the only guy that thinks that. John Cena then comes at the ring, cuts a promo on how he got robbed at Backlash and how he should be the WWE champion. Cole and Taz don't really recall it that way, but they do say that Cena put up a good effort. Then Brian Kendrick comes down, and it looks like he is, I don't know, just came out as a rapper here. He's wearing his rapper gear. Maybe he wants to be a mini John Cena, who knows. He's going by the name of Spanky. He starts cutting a promo on Cena. We get a SmackDown, I believe a SmackDown referee at ringside.
Brian Hebner.
He gives them a beat, which was a pretty damn good beat. Yeah, and then we see Spanky cut a promo, a rap on Cena. He does a couple of virtual record spins on John Cena's head, which is pretty funny.
It was good.
Aye, and then Cena, not happy. Everyone is, when I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena sucks. Crowder getting into it. Cole's getting into it. Taz getting into it. Brian Hebner's getting into it. And then Spanky got into a big massive clothesline for John Cena, who was not too happy about it. Then he hits the FU. And, I mean, I think this is the first time we've seen this be called the FU.
Yep.
I know they've called it an F5 before, because it looks like a move similar to Brock's, and he was doing it, I guess, while feuding with Brock. But yeah, we now know it as the FU, the Fireman's Carry Slam.
It's a lot better than the Attitude Adjustment, isn't it?
Aye, the FU just sounds good.
The Attitude Adjustment. It just sounds cheap. It's always the FU, isn't it?
Probably Benoit's fault, isn't it?
That is everything's Benoit. It's fucking speaking of Benoit.
FU, Benoit.
You'll be up next.
Alrighty, alright. We then see Whack of the Night, which was Benoit last week, getting mugged by Nunzio. So he got attacked last week after beating him. The FBI came in, threw a beat down. We then get Benoit taking on Johnny Stamboli. And Rhino gets involved. Rhino comes down after we get an early beat down. Hits a gore. Brian Hebner then makes this a tag team match. So not quite sure who gave him the authority to do that.
What the fuck is Brian Hebner's involvement in this show? Beatboxing and now making matches?
So we get Rhino and Benoit taking on Bull and Palumbo, and the FBI pick up the win, which I thought was, pretty surprising.
No, it was surprising, but, they were at the Undertaker out, and they've been doing a lot of entertaining stuff, so I'm not totally against it. Yeah,
Benoit had the pin, but then Nunzio flipped him over, and Palumbo gets the win. So FBI picking up the victory. Stephanie's then seen in the parking lot, pacing about. We then see Lesnar. She hangs up Lesnar, arrives in a Hummer. Stephanie says that Lesnar was not to be here tonight because he had the night off. He responds that he was aware, but he has something to take care of. So, yeah, she wasn't expecting Lesnar. She was expecting her dad, but Lesnar is here, and he's not happy. We then got a Kurt Angle vignette. So, yeah, Kurt Angle. I miss him. I want him to come back, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think it's incredible that he suffered that big injury, but he's coming back this soon.
No, 100%. Then Lesnar comes out, and he tells the Big Show to get his big, giant, slobbering ass out of here. Big Show comes out. Lesnar says, "You're a bastard." I didn't call him that, but basically calls him out for what he did to Mysterio at Backlash, and he wants a piece of Show. He says to Show, "Come and pick on somebody your own size." Big Show, though, he only wants to go into the ring if he can get a title shot. Brock says, "Fine, come on in. You've got it. The next big thing will make you the next big bitch." But Show's like, "All right, but not tonight."
What is the fucking need of this match at Judgment Day?
Yeah, not too sure. I'm looking at both title matches heading into Judgment Day. Brock, Big Show, Triple H, Nash, not exactly.
But I have no problem with Triple H, Nash, because you know what, that's fresh. Big Show, Brock's not. Despite Nash and Triple H being around for fucking donkeys compared to Brock. Big Show just shouldn't be anywhere fucking near the world title picture.
Yeah, we've already seen Big Show versus Brock recently, just before Mania.
Yep.
And Big Show was basically jobbed out, wasn't he? He was acting like a bitch. He was afraid to actually face Brock Lesnar.
We've seen it at the Rumble, we've seen it at Survivor Series, we don't fucking need it again.
But now he's acting like a big man because he's getting a title shot.
Yeah.
Also, how bad was that title run for Big Show? I don't really last it. It lasted the same length Shawn Michaels did.
Which is no right.
No.
Definitely not. I mean, at least Brock showed a bit of emotion here, but Big Show fucking sucks.
Big Show, you ain't good, buddy. You're not good. We then get Team Angle taking on Aaron Stevens and John Walters. Aaron Stevens is Damien Sandow, for anybody that doesn't know.
Yeah, but this is crap, isn't it? Like, what the fuck's this? Team Angle against these two bums?
Yeah, two fucking jobbers. After the match, Team Angle call it Latino Heat. We get a bit of a verbal exchange. They want the tag team titles back. So they do it. They bring down the belts. They basically give them the belts back, but they say they don't really need the belts because they've got an Olympic gold medal. They won Olympic gold, and Team Angle look confused, but then they realise that the Guerreros have given them back the titles but stolen the gold medal in return. Now, I would argue, why the fuck is Kurt Angle trusting these guys with his gold medals?
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, his gold medals should be fucking
I
precious.
mean, we see how much it means to Angle his gold medals. Why would he be gone for 2 months and tell Haas and Benjamin, here, you can hold on to these for me?
You know what? Why are they even out there?
Wouldn't they be in Angle's house or something?
Yeah, I know. Under security.
But yeah, now the Guerreros have the medals, and the Team Angle are going to be panicking because they need to get those medals back before Kurt gets there. So we have that. We then go backstage. Tori's getting ready for her match. I mean, you know, seeing you look at SmackDown, like, I mean, a lot of the stuff with the women's, it's like the same thing every week. But let's be honest, man. See if you're watching Smack, that's all you really need. But Tori Wilson never got 15 minutes to put on a good match. Nobody wanted to watch Tori Wilson put on a good fucking 15-minute match.
No.
See, just seeing Tori Wilson looking hot backstage, like getting ready for her match, dressing backstage. That was more than enough.
That's more than any sequence in the ring.
Nobody wanted to see Tori Wilson, put on a Boston leg crab and hit a German suplex and all this shit. I mean, nobody tuned into SmackDown to see Tori Wilson and Nydia have a technical 20-minute classic.
Absolutely not.
You had Benoit and Guerrero and Angle for that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Why would you put Tori in that? Sable says that she wants to play. Tori doesn't want to play with Sable. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But Sable's basically saying, don't mess with me and all this stuff. Then we get Tori Wilson and Sable taking on Dawn Marie and Nydia. Tag team match. Tori gets battered for the majority of it. Tries to make I wouldn't call it a hot tag. It was more like a cold tag. But then Sable just leaves and she drops
Sable
off the apron.
at this point just looks very stiff, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's almost...
Like, it's only been 5 years since 98, but...
Well, I thought you meant like face-wise. I thought you meant like plastic surgery.
No, that's my point. Face as well, but just in general. It's like, I know she didn't do any spots here, but I think in 98 she looked decent as a competitor. And here she just looks very robotic. Facial as well.
True, but we don't really see her do much,
Yeah, I know, but it's even like the getting down off the apron and stuff like that.
I remember when she was taking on like Mark Merrow and Jacqueline, and she was the women's champion. She actually looked pretty good.
Yep.
Now you could argue she's been out the ring for nearly 4 years, or almost 5 years, or whatever. So probably closer to 4. So maybe that plays a factor. But you're right. It's like, I'm not saying she was the greatest wrestler ever, but. You see if you put Sable 99 in this tag team match, you would be like, holy fuck, she's like Shawn Michaels compared to the rest of these women.
Yeah.
But
which is weird.
In 2003, you would make a case that she's like
the worst one in the match.
Possibly. Which is weird. Anyway, she just walks off. She leaves Tori. Dawn Marie and Nydia pick up the win, so good for them.
A straight leg crab. Tap it.
It's not often those two get a win, but it is what it is. We then see Stephanie still outside, and just Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson were never good wrestlers, but they had one of the best memorable feuds of all time.
I know.
Over Al Wilson, so
what about Al?
I know what I mean, like guy. None of them could work. I'm sure Al Wilson wasn't a great in-ring worker, but
fucking course.
It was a memorable storyline, and that means more than just. Oh, I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. Point at the sign. Hold the title up in the air. Fuck that shit.
I know, who cares about that?
Anyway, right, we then get Stephanie. She's still outside. McMahon arrives in a limo, and she tries to say, "Look, we've got everything under control. You should just leave." But of course, McMahon's not going to arrive and then just do a 180 and go back, is he?
Yeah, pish, wouldn't it?
Talk about getting your hopes up. He says he wants to see Mr. America for the first time, and he's going to see him pretty damn soon. We then get Burn of the Night, and it's Piper on the receiving end of a coconut at Backlash. I mean, I like these, you know, when you got like wee flashbacks, or they showed you what the highlight was, or whatever, and they just, it was always good wee moments that they could see now. It's like, fuck me, what moments could you show me?
Nothing. Nada. Hee-haw.
Nothing's that good that I want to see it twice.
Well, you want to see it once.
Exactly, right, and we get Piper's Pit with Mr. America. So Piper and O'Hare are in the ring. Piper runs his mouth for a bit about Jericho. He basically says that Jericho's got no talent. Jericho made fun of his stomach, I guess, and being overweight. He says that he'll go on a diet when Jericho learns talent.
So no diet for Jericho then.
Bit harsh here. I mean, Piper trying to say that Jericho's untalented. Don't really get it. He then puts over how good Sean O'Hare is. Then Mr. America comes out, and honestly, the Patriots here, and I think that, I see Sean O'Hare. He just went from looking like a believable mid card guy to a jobber
immediately.
Because see, let's be honest, right? Mr. America's Hulk Hogan. We all know it. You just do not believe that when things get physical, Sean O'Hare's going to hold his own
against the immortal Mr. America.
I mean, I think that putting Sean O'Hare and Piper together, I think that could have worked, because Piper is good on the mic and he's a good character, and I think sticking Sean O'Hare with him could work. But I think directly going straight into this feud pretty much just kills Sean O'Hare's career. Now, I can't really remember what Sean O'Hare turns out like on SmackDown, but I'm going to imagine by the end of this mini feud with Piper and Hogan, because I'm pretty sure that it will go to Hogan and McMahon, but I just think that O'Hare will be buried by this point.
No, I think he will be as well.
I wouldn't be surprised when 2 months O'Hare's gone.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Fuck. I think 3 at the 4 will be gone.
Judgment Day. Fucking.
Aye, probably.
We'll never see Sean O'Hare again.
Couple of weeks for now.
Which is disappointing, because he was looking pretty promising anyway. Mr. America comes out and he does all the American stuff. He's flexing. I mean, he's pretty much doing everything that Hulk Hogan would do, but only it's Mr. America. McMahon comes out. He's like, well, it's a good job that you've been hired, Mr. America, because guess what? That don't work for me. You're fired. But Mr. America says that he signed an ironclad contract, which means he can't be fired. And he says he signed that contract with Stephanie McMahon, so there's nothing Vince can do about it.
Yeah, Vince is not a happy man. He's greeting. Stephanie signed the contract. I mean, could you say this is wasting Hulk Hogan?
I mean, it's not long term, though. I mean, it's literally. I mean, we know it's Hulk Hogan.
No, we know it's Hulk Hogan, but does it not have an effect when you're like Mr. America to appear next season or next episode and it's not Hulk Hogan? Oh, it's the Pebble next week.
Yeah, but it plays into the story that Hulk Hogan's been fired, essentially.
No, I know it does, but I like it though. And Piper's reactions, which are fucking cringy, they still work though.
Yeah, McMahon says, I'm going to prove it. We're going to remove that mask right now. So it turns out to be 3-on-1, but Hogan pretty much just fights his way out of this, and then he decks Vince McMahon, leaving him laying, and then we see Hogan just celebrating, and McMahon's left in the ring, O'Hare's left in the ring, and Piper, they're all losing their shit over Mr. America. He goes up to the top of the ramp, and he's
waving the flag.
Waving the flag, the red, white, and blue.
Confetti falls. I am a real American.
Aye, so Mr. America looking pretty good here. Good ending of SmackDown. I enjoyed this Piper's Pit. Still, the best one was the one with McMahon, hands down.
Yeah, no, this was very good.
And I'll be surprised if that gets topped.
Nah, it probably won't. But here, I'm liking this. But I think a weird ending. And then Raw was even fucking weirder, to be honest.
Yeah, SmackDown, I'm gonna get I mean, you had a good ending. I think the Spanky John Cena stuff was good as well. I mean, there was stuff on it that I liked for sure.
I'll give you a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think a 6 out of 10 is fair. Yeah, 6 out of 10, guys. That's it. We'll see what happens next week. Mr. America, buddy. Gotta flex those
The Patriots.
Patriots.